Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the reading for Thursday, November 12th, 2020. And yes, today is the day of the final Jupiter and Pluto conjunction. If you guys haven't checked out that video, I highly encourage you to do so. This energy today is so incredibly potent, coming in right on the heels of the 1111 portal, still very much within those energies as well. This conjunction links up to the series. It is a series of 3, right? The first of which occurred on and around the 444 portal back in April. So it was a major activation, and we've been seeing the integration of this activation as Jupiter and Pluto meet up again and again in the sky throughout 2020, culminating in this event today, which happens on the heels of the 1111 portal, right? As we receive another major activation and another major upgrade. And what is happening is preparing us for the 21st of December, which will be a very, very profound day, to say the least, right? We are preparing ourselves for the massive influx of light that is going to be coming in on that day. So yes, check out that video. Today is the day that's ruled by the throat chakra, and it's guided by universal fire. And the galactic signature of today is the yellow resonant star energy. And so the yellow star energy is all about art. It's all about art, beautification, and elegance, right? And so today we are encouraged to be artistic, to be creative, and to just enjoy the vibration and the resonance that brings when we tap fully into our creativity, when we see beauty and elegance everywhere, and we seek to express that beauty and elegance in whatever way we see fit, right? There are no parameters for art. When we say art, a lot of people immediately think of painting or drawing or different things like that, right? But the way that we live our lives, the way that we speak, the way that we appreciate the world around us, right, is art. Everything that we do is art. Life is a form of living art. And so we don't necessarily have to sit down at the easel and paint a picture today, but we can think of the picture that we are painting. And when we have the resonant energy, we really want to be fully aware of the picture that we're painting with our vibration. The resonant energy is all about resonant frequencies. It's about the resonance that we vibrate at and how that creates our reality and that attracts experiences to us, right? And so it's about really paying attention to what we are entraining our resonance and our vibration to. And if that is not a place that we want to be, if that is not a comfortable energy, how it is that we can shift our resonance and shift our vibration. And so seeing the beauty in everything, right? Seeing and experiencing that elegance, creating in whatever way that is what art is. Art is all about creation. If we get into that beautiful wellspring of creativity today, that can help to shift our resonance and our vibration. And so that's a great way to tap into these universal energies that we are experiencing today. And I love the universal fire, right? Because we have Pluto and Jupiter, and Pluto is a water planet actually, right? But it's that phoenix energy, right? So it very much has that fire feel to it. Like a fire and water is the feel that I get from Pluto. So I like that this conjunction and the huge gateway of energy that this is creating today is very much that fiery phoenix kind of energy. So like I said, check out that video if you haven't yet. The affirmation for today is, I channel in order to beautify inspiring art. I seal the store of elegance with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of universal fire. And so you can use that affirmation to really tap into the energies of today. In other news today, we have the moon currently in Libra, which is going to help very much with that artistic kind of feel, right? Libra is the artisan. It's that energy. Libra is ruled by Venus and is all about beauty and creating beautiful things. And so we can really utilize that energy, right? The harmony, the balance, the equilibrium, all of that. That is very much where our emotional state is going to be, seeking that balance, seeking that harmony, seeking that equilibrium, wherever it is that we can find that. And if we look through the lens of of beauty and elegance today. We'll be able to find that everywhere we look. We also have Mercury now having moved back into Scorpio. And so, yes, Mercury is moving back through. Mercury will be in the post-shadow period until around the 19th, I believe it is when it will move out of the post-shadow. So we're still revisiting some things from Mercury retrograde, right? We are getting that other flipped perspective, right? We get one perspective in the pre-shadow, we get another perspective during the retrograde, and we get a final look at that perspective as we shift back into moving direct, and Mercury traces over that area that he went during the retrograde. And so we're still in those that area now, and we're looking at those things, and we're back in that super intense mental space, right? Scorpio is that super intense energy, and we still have the sun in Scorpio as well. And so we are feeling very fiery, we are feeling very passionate, we are feeling that desire to dig deep today, right? When it comes to the mind, when it comes to the ways that we communicate, the ways that we express ourselves. And so this can be, I'm feeling a pretty harmonious day in some respects. I mean, we do have Venus making some difficult aspects. You know, it's squaring Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn with an opposition to Mars and Eris. So Venus isn't necessarily being pleasantly and gently aspected today. However, that doesn't mean that we can't still enjoy a day of beautiful, deep intimacy with the people that we love. We do have the sun making some very pleasant aspects with the sextiling the Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn today, and trining Neptune. So we have that energy in the air. We have a lot of the alignments. If you guys check out the new moon video, there's a lot of the same alignments lining up in here. So it's like we can feel the intensity kind of building back up again to this new moon, which is going to be incredibly intense and very revealing when it comes to whatever it is that we may not have firmly acknowledged yet, right? The video is called Moment of Truth. And so there is that energy that we're working up to. But still, like I'm saying, have fun with this energy today. Really, I'm not feeling a super heavy energy. There is some intensity, but it feels good to me. So really just get out there and enjoy that. Enjoy that. Find the beauty in everything that you can. Really find and seek out what it is that is resonating with you today. What it is that's vibrating and resonating at the frequency that you want to entrain to today, right? And go out and experience that and do that. We are still in this heavy, heavy manifestation energy, right? All the week leading up to the 11/11 portal, we were in this intense manifestation energy. And that's still, it's almost like a climax today, I feel like, and through with this new moon. And so, like, we're still in that energy. So really be working on and training yourself to the vibration that you want to embody, right? What is it that we are seeking to create, right? Not just in our own lives, but in the world, and really holding that vision right now and feeling that even more than holding that vision, feeling that vision. I did a manifestation exercise last night where I really felt into the energy of everything that I wanted to see created in my own life, in the world. And it was really, really beautiful. And I just imagined it going out in these bubbles throughout the universe. I really wanted to get on here and do something with you guys for the 11/11 portal yesterday, but it was a really busy day. I worked most of the day, and then I had to take that time for myself and just kind of like decompress and be in the energy for a little bit. And it was really, really beautiful energy when I was able to really stop and sink into it. So I hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday and are going to have an incredible day today. And so, yeah, I don't really want to get too deep into the astrology other than to say that watch the Pluto and Jupiter conjunction video. Sorry, between Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter, they're all making these connections. I have to be really careful which ones I'm saying because they almost blend together sometimes, right? We have now Saturn and Jupiter that are getting ready to make their conjunction on the 21st. It's just, yeah, it's a lot. I'm trying to keep my head straight with which one we're talking about here. Clear. All right, so give us some energy for today, some guidance for today. And I am using, for those who are curious, the Black Moon Astrology cards. These cards are absolutely fabulous. I mean, anyone who watches my channel, you know that I I use these cards all the time. And I'm pretty sure only people who watch my channel see these daily videos, actually. So you all know. But I like to get in the habit of saying it. All right, so what do we have coming out here? Ooh, boy. Ooh, all right. So we have Pluto, transformation. We have Mercury retrograde, reinvention. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have 8th house, endings and beginnings. Okay, so yeah, this is the transformational Plutonian energy that we are in right now. This is that Phoenix energy, right? Just like we were talking about. And the being in the post shadow of the Mercury retrograde right now, right? So it's like this transformation process that is leading to a excuse me, leading to a complete reinvention of who we are, right? There is so much happening within us. This energy is so incredibly, beautifully transformational. And as we are going through this transformation, it is allowing us, we're not just reinventing ourselves, we're reinventing the world right now, right? And there are lots of endings and beginnings involved in that. Right? We have to, in order for something to be born, something has to die, right? And so we're in this constant series of deaths and rebirths. It's these small deaths that we have all the time, right? And sometimes they're bigger deaths. And each time we die, we are reborn as somebody new. We are able to reinvent ourselves. But we have to allow everything else that's needing to die with us. When that version of ourselves, when that version of our lives ends, we have to allow everything that was associated with it to end too, right? Some of those things may carry on if there's still a vibrational match, if there's still a resonance. But if they're not, and we're holding on to those things, then it's kind of like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing, right? And like, we can't successfully navigate that. We can't successfully live like that. We can't come fully into who it is that we're meant to be and where it is that we're meant to go if we're still hanging on like that. So this is a message to allow, and this is reminding me a lot actually of the video that I did the other day, right? The surrender to change. It's more of that energy coming through. There is so much incredible change happening right now. We are reinventing so many things, right? Yeah. What else have we got here? All right. So we have first house, the body, and then we have the soul, the moon card. And so that's really interesting, right? Body and soul. So it's like this transformation that is happening isn't just a transformation. It's like circumstances are transforming, right? Our inner selves are transforming, but also our physical bodies are transforming, and we are becoming more and more in touch with our souls, right? And so this is the ascension energy, right? This transformation that's happening on a physical level as well. And that is putting us more and more deeply in touch with our souls, in touch with our intuition. It's all of that mystical energy. What is our body, right? Our body is the house, the home of our soul, right? And so that reads into that energy as well. And we were talking about that the other day, I believe too, right? Like our body being our temple, and really honoring that and really understanding, like, if I don't take care of my body, where is my soul going to have to live? Like, our bodies are the vehicles for our souls in this lifetime. And our bodies are becoming more and more better matched to carry our soul's light right now. As our soul's light is increasing, right? As this transformation is occurring, our soul's light is increasing. Our body is also adapting to be able to hold the amount of light that is coming into us, that we are able to hold as our soul's light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. So that's a very beautiful energy. I really like that. And so this is energy as well. This is a day where we really want to, like, this is a major activation that we're experiencing right now, right? This is, as we said, the culmination of all of those activations, the integration of the activations from the 1111 portal as we are fully integrating the 444 portal activations. A lot of energy. So we want to take care of our bodies today, and we want to listen to our souls, right? Our souls are going to speak to us, and they're going to help to show us how it is that we can best care for our bodies today, how it is that we can best care for ourselves today. And so really listen to that and pay attention to that and pay attention to the ways that your soul is speaking to today. I'm also, when we look at the first house, it's also about identity, right? And so this is like the transformation and the reinvention of our identities, of how we understand ourselves. As more and more people begin to also understand that they are so much more than a body, right? They are a soul. And really stepping deeper and deeper into what that means. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Aries I Am card, right? And so the Aries rules the first house. And so it's really okay, she wants to come out. Or he wants to come out. All right, so it's this new definition of who I am, right? As we become more and more in touch with our soul's light, with the messages of our soul, as we integrate our soul more and more into our consciousness, right? And we have this shifting in identity. And there are endings and beginnings involved in that. That is one of those deaths that we talked about. The old us dies so the new us can be born. And every time a new us is born, we get closer and closer to the truth of who we are, right? To the truth of our souls. And so really being conscious of this today, and this is coming up again too, is really watching those I am statements. Every time you say I am, you are making a statement to the universe about who and what you are. So choose those words very, very carefully, because spirit is listening and your reality is transforming to match those words and those thoughts. And then we have the sun spirit, right? So if that couldn't get any more clear, right? This is about our spiritual quest. This is about our consciousness, the elevation of our consciousness, the reinvention, the transformation of our consciousness as we move into a deeper relationship with our spirits. And that is just beautiful, beautiful energy. I love it. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have Chiron healing. And we are absolutely healing deeper and deeper layers of healing that are happening right now. I'm going to grab a couple Moonology cards. Clear. Let's see what these have to say for today. Thank you all for bearing with me. I haven't had too much caffeine. I haven't decided whether I'm going to take a nap after this or not. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't too caffeinated. So I'm about half awake right now. But we're doing this. Also, anyone let me know. I do have a new mic now. And it's definitely loud. I have it turned up a little bit louder than it maybe needs to be. Just because I think the volume for this is good. And I assume people can just turn it up or down. Adjust their own volume on their headsets. But I feel I'm liking this one. So those of you who've been helping me out with the mic situation and giving me feedback on that, let me know if any of you are watching this, how you feel about the mic that I'm using now. All right. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all of your feedback. And so confidence is your key to success is coming out. Right? This card comes out for us a lot. It's so important as we are stepping more and more into our empowerment. I mean, this card got set down by no accident right next to the Aries I Am card and the Sun card. And so the Sun rules Leo. And the Aries energy is also a fire sign energy that is very much about identity and self and courage, right? And so the Leo energy is all about confidence. It's about knowing that you are worth it, knowing that you deserve it, knowing that you are capable of so much. It's like, right now, I think some people are becoming very surprised by how much they are actually capable of. Like, there's been a lot of us out there who have sold ourselves short, and throughout different circumstances that have occurred throughout this year have been put into positions where we actually found out how incredibly strong we were and how incredibly capable we were. And so this is just a reminder that you are absolutely capable, and to keep that mindset, no matter what, just continue to keep that mindset and understand that you have everything within you that it takes to do whatever it is that lies before you, right? That situation, that opportunity, whatever it is, would not exist if you were not prepared for it. And if it weren't there to prepare you for the next thing. And then we have surrender to the divine, full moon. So this energy of really surrendering, right? We talk about this all the time. This is like surrender to the divine, surrender to all of these changes. Like we talked about, I think in the last reading, this message just coming through so strong for people. Surrender to the changes that are happening in your life. Surrender if you are being confronted with circumstances, with opportunities, I feel, for some people, that you may feel, like we said, I don't know if I'm quite up for that task or that challenge. Like, surrendering to the divine means saying, yes, that would not have presented itself if you weren't ready for it. So take advantage of it, right? And work through your fears. Yeah. Absolutely. Coming through strong and clear. New moon and Scorpio energy right there. And that is what we're about to have on the 14th, 15th, depending on where you are in the world. That new moon in Scorpio. Check out that video. That's out as well. But yeah, work through your fears. What fears are coming up, right? Why are those fears coming up? And this definitely plays into the energy we were just talking about with the opportunities and the things, the goodness, the abundance. It's like the abundance that is going to be rolling in for some people, it's almost like, oh, I don't know about, like, it's too good to be true, right? So what's the fear underneath that, right? If we're having trouble receiving, if we're having trouble accepting the things that are coming into our lives, why is that? What is the fear underneath that, right? Anything, any opportunity that is really, really significant for our soul's journey, for our soul's growth, is possibly going to feel kind of uncomfortable and kind of foreign, and it is going to bring up fears so that we can work through those and move through those, right? That's all part of the process. And so just really acknowledging whatever fears are coming up and surrendering those fears to the divine, surrendering those fears to the divine, and continuing to have that confidence and to know that you absolutely can do it. And I heard in my mind, fake it until you make it. And so this is a thing where, like, we want to be careful with that. We don't want to be faking. Like, there are things that we don't want to fake because we want to be honest, right? We want to be honest with ourselves. We want to be honest with others. But when it comes to this confidence right now, if you don't fully have that confidence, fake it until you make it. Act confidently until you become confident, right? And so that's a little bit different than being deceptive purposely, right? It's just like, act it. Call upon that aspect of yourself. There is an aspect of you that is 100% confident. Call on that aspect of you to lead you and guide you through that situation, to guide you through facing those fears and overcoming those fears. And sometimes working through those fears means getting up and doing the thing anyway, even though we're afraid. And after we get up and we force ourselves to do the thing anyway, right? We call upon that confidence, whether we fully feel it or not. Once we walk through that energy and we start doing it, we realize that we were totally capable of doing it all along. All right. And then a new romantic cycle begins. And so this is energy as well that is being called in, right? And the same applies to this that applied to the situation. Like, if the opportunity is not like a career thing or a job thing, or it could be anything, right? But if this opportunity also involves a romantic cycle, like, confidence is your key to success in that situation as well, right? So really surrender and work through your fears when it comes to that too. Any fears that are coming up in relation to anything right now are meant to be worked through. They're here to teach us something. And then we have It's Time to Take Action, new moon in Aries, right? We have Mars turning direct. Mars is stationing direct tomorrow and will begin actually moving direct with the new moon. Okay, this is incredibly potent energy. Those things, it's like, we surrender our fears, right? We surrender our doubts. We surrender into the flow of what's happening, where we're being nudged, where we're being drawn, where it is that we're being taken. And then we confidently act in whatever direction it is that we are being pointed, right? In the direction that spirit is pointing us, that our bodies, our souls, right? It's like the body and the soul becoming unified. And so our soul speaks to us through our bodies as well. And so it's noticing all these different ways that we feel intuition and where that intuition is guiding us and acting on that. And it's like inspired action, right? So when we feel that nudge, when we feel that push, when we feel that inspiration, we act upon that. And this can be true in any aspect of our lives, any area. And then nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. So this is just like letting you know that you still have, there are so many different ways that any situation can play out, right? We live in this quantum field. At any moment, any split second, our reality can change based on our frequency, based on our resonance, based on our vibration. And so really understand that and notice and know that, like, no matter what the situation is in front of you, it is 100% changeable. If we focus on changing that resonance, changing that vibration, acting in that accord, right? Like, it's not just like, I'm going to sit here and meditate and shift my vibration and then everything's going to come to me. There's things that we have to do as well, right? But when we take that inspired action as well as entrain our vibration, right? And really move toward the reality that we want and the solution that we want, keeping in mind that we want the highest and best outcome, right? But anything can happen. That's basically, this is a super long-winded way. I don't even know why I started saying all the things I just said. I basically, like, I didn't need to say any of that. Anything can happen, right? What you think is the outcome, what you think is going to happen might not necessarily be. And so just focus on the desired result and take those inspired actions. And what I mean by the desired result is, what do you ultimately want to experience? What do you ultimately want to feel, right? Don't focus on the details of how you think you're going to get there. Just focus on what it is that you want. Yeah. And so this is true. I was talking about this the other day as well, even in terms of when it comes to the election and all the confusion that's still going on with that, right? It's like, think about what the highest and best outcome for humanity would be. Not like, is not the specifics of the situation, but what is the world that I want to live in? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And then just trust, surrender to the divine, right? Trust that whatever is going to facilitate that coming into being in the most expedient manner is what's going to happen. And we can do that with absolutely anything in our lives. And then we have the Spirit of Isis, Triumph of the Goddess, coming out from the Isis Oracle deck. So we're going to close with that today. All right, and I'll hold this up for you guys again. Beloved Initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens, right? That's the surrender and the take action. That's how you do both things at once. Isis has a spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems, right? Nothing is set in stone. All possibilities are possible. Believe. It is helpful on the inner path to let go and detach over and over again. And yet we need to stay true to our heart and not give up on what we feel we are here to do. Whether it is reaching for enlightenment, for inner peace, for a creative breakthrough, or personal healing, the triumph of the goddess is with you now, urging you not to give up, no matter how far away or impossible success may seem to be. Don't quit. Persist until the impossible happens. The power of genuine inner will, not force or domination, but that inner power that fuels us to continue with our inner practices, to do what we need to do in the physical world, to bring ourselves to light and life, is growing within you now. It is supported by living the right quest for you, seeking to climb the mountain that lies within our own heart, not that chosen for us by another, but the journey that genuinely lies within us. Feminine strength with endless determination is fueled by loving devotion. Nothing less than love would be powerful enough to keep you going on your path long after you have tired of criticism or become even too fatigued to respond to fear anymore. And this is also a message for those of us who are getting discouraged by what we see transpiring in the outer world, right? Continue what you are doing. It has so much meaning and so much value. Do not give up now. Allow your heart to fuel the fire in your belly and let the divine love that is your being give you the energy and passion that you need to pursue your destiny and realize that it is pursuing you too, right? What you want wants you. This oracle comes at a time when you need to know that you will succeed. Yes. It is a reminder that you can surrender or let go of attachment as to how it will happen or what it will look like. Were we not just talking about that? Even if it is frustrating, surrendering the vision into the divine fires yet again, waiting until you feel it naturally coming together according to divine timing. The spirit of Isis is willing to wait until divine forces collide and the miracle occurs. All right. And that's it. Then it goes into if it's paired with other cards. Yes. I like that. So this is basically just confirmation for us, right? Do not give up. Focus on the intended outcome, the ultimate outcome, right? Not all the little details in between, right? The ultimate outcome. What is the world that you want to live in? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What is your personal life, right? The personal life that you want to live. What does that look like? What does that feel like? this is like asking us to step out of our fears, right? To step into our courage, to step into our confidence, to step out of our fears, to surrender over and over again. We surrender, but we act on our divine inspiration, right? We act on that divine inspiration, and then we surrender, and then we wait again until we are inspired again. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I love you guys. I appreciate you so very, very, very much. Do not give up. This, nothing is yet set in stone, right? This is even when it comes to the new earth that we're creating, right? Some people are very, very afraid right now, wondering what exactly is going to happen, right? Worrying that perhaps the darkness has a foothold, right? It does not. We are moving deeper and deeper into the light, right? But the light is the information. And so more and more will be known, more will be exposed. The answers you need are coming. Okay? The answers you need are coming. Nothing is set in stone. That's why we focus on the ultimate outcome that we would like, and we trust and we surrender, and we know that everything is happening in perfect divine orchestration, even if we can't see it or we can't understand it right now. Our job is to keep the faith. Our job is to keep growing, to keep loving, to keep healing, to keep holding that light, and to keep holding that vision. All right. I appreciate you guys. There are links down below to donate if you would like to donate to my channel. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet and you would like to, please do so. If you are interested in an energy healing or a personal reading or any of the other things that I offer, all of that information along with my email is in the description box below. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and definitely check out that Pluto and Jupiter video. The energies today are so beautiful and so intense. Surrender to that change. Surrender to that transformation. You are the phoenix, and you will rise, and you will rise, and you will rise again.